Yes.
Yeah. So right now you're in a like level of the tower where there's not really anything in the room. It's pretty empty.
Yeah, I'd say we definitely do short rest.
Does Kono meet with them in the tower, or does he meet with them later?
Yeah, we could just say that you like caught up, that you were.
Well,
busy
I
doing
already
something.
said where he was at. He's in Gimbli's backpack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was already in my
Did,
backpack. He was taking a nice long rest.
All right, Sprinkles.
did you guys try ringing the doorbell before entering the wizard's tower?
I pet the cat, and they let us in.
There was a doorbell.
Good.
There was a doorbell too, but the cat was more important.
There was a doorbell. Nobody told me about it, and I was looking for it. My perception was real low, anyways.
Well, while you guys are relaxing, Kono will pop out of Gimli's backpack refreshed and make sure nothing terrible happens while you guys are relaxing for a minute.
I guess
Oh, boy.
before I use hit dice, is this short rest successful?
Okay, everybody can take a short rest, and we'll take an hour to, patch wounds up and, maybe eat some food.
Still dead asleep.
Kono produces a watermelon from nowhere.
That's one of them. Oh, nice. 13. That's good.
You also need to roll that so you can see how many hit points you get.
Roleplay, you could say, I guess Kono is in deep sleep / meditation that I didn't wake up for the battles.
So while we take this hour, what are y'all gonna do?
I'm gonna see if there's any pictures in these books.
I'm gonna sit down and rethink what I got myself into.
You were breaking up a little bit for Ash. I couldn't hear you.
Gimbli's gonna sit down and reach into his bag as he, notices Kono jump out, and he pulls out. Look, he goes rummaging through and is like, "Kono, did you happen to take my goat jerky?"
Kono does not eat meat.
Okay, well, what the fuck is it?
I guess I'm also going to take like some of my water and put it in a little separate thing if I can, and crush up both of the types of mushrooms that I have and put it in there. Let it steep. Not all of them, but I
Can
think.
can Gimbly roll a perception? Are you trying to do this sneakily, or how are you trying to do this? Because if you're trying to sit there and cover it up, can I roll a perception to see what he's doing?
I will do it sneakily.
Roll a sleight of hand. Hiram.
I rolled a 4.
What am I rolling? I'm rolling perception, right?
What's your passive perception? Gimli?
My passive perception is. Give me one mic. Passive perception is 16.
Yeah, you notice him doing it.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
I'm making tea.
With what?
Tea things. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put them into one of the bottles of wine because that's what I have.
What do you mean by tea things?
Don't worry, it's not for you.
You took those mushrooms from outside, didn't you?
No.
Can I roll an insight?
Hiron, roll a persuasion check.
You hear me?
Yes.
A 9. I have a +3. I'm rolling 9.
I'm rolling insight, correct? To see if he's lying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh wait, my passive insight is 16.
Yeah, you can tell he's not telling the truth. He's very subtly like smirking when you asked him if he took the mushrooms, and he said no.
Okay. Give me the mushrooms.
I don't have them anymore. They're in the wine bottle.
Give me the wine bottle.
No.
Can you pass me a wine bottle?
I have other wine bottles for us. These are not wine bottles for us. I'm gonna poison someone.
You.
Is there any ice cubes?
This bad people wine.
Everybody here. I'm just going to ask this question right now. Do we trust Hiram to sit there and poison somebody other than himself or us?
I don't think anybody ever reads
My wisdom is high.
No, maybe? I don't know. I feel like we
Tiana?
could have mistaken the bottle.
Tiana, I'll let you handle this.
Tiana is sleeping.
Jesus. Okay,
It will be fine.
one slip up and never again.
It's for later.
I did, but one slip up with it and never again.
Okay.
All right. Keep that shit corked and away from all of us. And then Gimbli's just gonna sit down, kind of like, what the fuck am I doing? As he just sits there and eats on his goat jerky. And he asks if anybody else would like some.
I'm good, thanks.
I go over to Irulan and I whisper to him, I say, I thought you were the grumpy man. I think I was wrong.
I heard that.
And Irulan looks at you, and he kind of like gives a little chuckle, and he's like, "I am," and he like growls at you.
I jump a little bit. And then I go back to seeing if there's any pictures in the books. There aren't.
You know, there's somebody here that, you know, I have this ultimate question. Isilnur, why did we end up meeting you? Why were you at the docks? Who were you looking for?
I was.
I think
Or
she was
what are you looking
waiting
for,
for
I should
someone to
say.
come back, right?
I don't think your mic's on. Do you push the talk on? I think you do.
Hello?
1 second, I think she's got push to talk on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think someone went over here on a boat that she was waiting for to come back, but I'm not sure. I mean, she'll tell you.
Yeah, I forgot to write that in notes.
Push to talk, please.
I don't write notes, but Hiram remembers things. Just not important ones.
I was just sitting on the dock waiting for the boat to come back from the tower.
Oh, so you weren't waiting for a person, just the boat?
Yeah, just.
But what
Oh, okay,
for?
got that wrong.
Like, what for, though?
Because I just wanted to know where it was going and what it was doing.
So you were just walking aimlessly in the woods and found a boat and decided, I want to go watch the boat go back and forth and figure out where it's going.
It is a magic boat.
I mean, there is that. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but it's just kind of coincidental. See what I'm saying?
Don't listen to Grumpy Man. He's so grumpy.
I'll show you, Grumpy.
How is it incidental? Like,
He would be grumpy from carrying a little turtle in his backpack this whole time.
how is it incidental? Like, what does it have?
I'm
to
not
do
that
with
grumpy.
that they were there.
I have a cat that stays on my shoulders, and I had a turtle in my backpack. Which, by the way, if you craft in there, you're gonna deal with it.
I did what?
I said, if you craft in there, you better fucking take care of it.
Ono is not
The normal
untamed.
turtle, I know.
Everybody poops.
But not in a backpack. Ono opens his one eye while meditating and looks at you for a second and then closes it again.
So is the rest over at this point, or is there anything anybody else needs to do during the rest?
I don't think so. I'm good.
So we might as well move on to the land of the place and stuff. I don't want to be the first one to go upstairs.
I say let's rock, paper, scissors.
Boulder Parchment, cheers.
I'll go.
Okay, you're more stronger than us anyway.
Ono will follow.
Thank you, Kono.
I'll go after Kono. Who's gonna help you if I get hurt? You will just die on the floor.
Pretty much. Pretty
Ono has his
much.
ways.
I'll follow after.
Oh. Let's go ahead up. I assume that next section is it. So the next section we're going to?
Yep, that is
Okay.
the next floor above you. Yeah.
Alright. I've got to figure out how to change these icons. You're like all up in my way. How do I fix these? Settings. Display name, text, miscellaneous. There's nothing there.
Is it? Yeah. You're the one that put the pepper in it. Mm-hmm. All right, so you make it to
There
the
we
next
go.
floor.
Ah! Sorry, having some technical difficulties trying to fix Roll20 at the moment. Where did my
No
dude
worries.
go? Oh, there he is. Alright, I'm there.
All right, so you make it to the next floor. When you make it to the next floor, you see that it is a area surrounded by bookcases, and there's shelves holding these or books on these bookcases filled to the brim. Like there's quite possibly more books than you've ever seen in your life.
Can I ritually cast Detect Magic?
I mean, yeah, you can. You're going to take 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic?
I kind of want to, yeah. Is anybody opposed to that?
Nope.
What we dealing with, house?
Okay, so Hiren is taking 10 minutes to cast detect magic in the room.
We'll wait to do anything until after he casts detect magic.
Okay.
Agreed.
Agreed. We should form a circle and call it the kill circle.
The kill circle? Okay.
I didn't realize we were fucking.
Oh no. Kono looks at is that the new person that I don't remember the name?
That's Farash.
Or
Farash.
Alright.
yeah, I read in a book once. We should form a kill circle. Cavemen used to do it.
You got really excited, little one.
Please don't circle around me.
It's just a thing, you know. Whoever's in the center is most protected.
It's a defensive strategy, Hiren.
Oh, you're going to protect? That's fine. You protect me.
We protect you, kill everything that comes near you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Next 10 minutes anyway.
Because who knows? Last time we got blinded. This time we might get killed. So who knows? Kill circle formation.
I'm going to stay by the door.
I'm gonna stay by the door.
Unless, of course, one of these books is like a lever. If it's a lever, if I pulls it, the door might close.
Please don't touch anything.
Not planning to.
Kono agrees.
Kono, or not Kono, but Gimli just sits there and starts rubbing the head of Tiana. Just
Diana purr.
Okay, so the 10 minutes passed, and upon casting the spell, you do see in a 30-foot sphere around you that there is magical emanations coming from the books, certain books, not all of the books, but a large amount of the books that are on the bookshelves are glowing with magical light. There is a skull sitting on a little stone. Well, there's a skull sitting on the floor, like a large skull, sitting on like a little table right here on the map. And there's like a candle that is lit on the top of the skull. And then in the center of the room, the carvings and runes that are in the floor are glowing magical as well.
Is this gonna be like a 12 dancing princess thing where you gotta step on each square in like a certain pattern?
Don't touch the skull. It's glowing bright. And the middle of the room's very bright too. But there are a bunch of special books I bet you we can touch.
I don't necessarily. If you're telling me that shit's glowing, I'm not touching it. I am not well versed in the means of
It's magical.
ulterior motive magic.
But they might be spells.
Kono goes up to the bookcases and starts browsing them.
I go to one over here where I'm at, and if there's a glowing one, I'm gonna read what it says on the spine.
There you go. So you typically won't get spells until like the long rest.
Or rather, I'll just go to the first glowing one I see up on this side and read what it says on the spine.
So you're touching one of the magical books that's on the shelf?
I'm not touching it yet. I'm trying to read what it says on the spine first.
Okay, you're reading the spines of the books?
Yeah, to see if they have names of them.
Kono is doing that as well on the other side of the room.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourselves around to where you're looking, so that I have an idea where you're at in the room.
I'm at the north side. That's right.
So some of the books have no names. Some of them are just very ornately wrapped in very rich, like leather coatings to cover the book. Some of the books are just normal books, like the agricultural purposes of farming genkus and different kinds of books that you may or may not have seen throughout your, history of like moving around and looking at stuff and finding books.
Is this Kono or is this me looking at the magical books?
Both of you.
Okay. I'm gonna touch one of the magical books and pull it off the shelf.
Okay.
What are you doing?
What are you doing with the book? You pulled the book off the shelf. You have it in your hands.
I'm opening it and seeing what it says on the inside.
Okay. So you have the book in your hands. You are looking at the inside inscriptions. They are in a language that you cannot make out. Specifically, what language did you speak, Hiring?
I'm gonna check real quick. What tab is this under?
When you find out it's like written in pork.
Sorry, I can't figure out where the tab's under. You have any idea on D&D Beyond where it would say that? I know I speak a couple.
It would be in your description and
On the
your
left-hand side, at the bottom, there's going to say what languages you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that spot.
I will be right back.
Okay, everything fine?
It doesn't say anything, but I know I speak at least 2 languages. Shoot.
Oh, check. Go to your main page on D&D Beyond, where you have all your skills and everything. And on the bottom left-hand corner, it'll say armor, weapons,
Oh, here we go.
tools, languages.
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Giant.
Yeah. So the inscription inside the book is in a language that you do not understand.
Oh. These words make no sense. And I go and try and pick up the next one and do the same thing.
The next magical book, or just another book?
Then the next magical book.
Again, you pick up the book and you're looking at it and trying to read it, but the inscriptions inside are not in a language that you understand.
Oh no. I can't read this one either. I take this one and I put it in my backpack.
You take the book and put it in your backpack?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh.
I don't see anything that might interest him.
I mean, there's different books that you're seeing. A lot of them in the column or the bookcase that you're looking at, Kono, because you can't see which ones are magical in nature per se. But you can see that there are books of differing histories, it looks like, of different countries, wars, a cataclysm. There looks like there's something about a cataclysm that had happened, eons before that you may not have ever heard of. There seems to be a lot of history books that you're looking at where you're standing.
I'll go over to him and point out some of the magical books. And be like, these ones are glowing. They're special books.
I was just trying to fit as many as he can in his backpack.
Of the magical books?
All of them.
You're just grabbing books at random?
He is.
He is gonna specifically pick ones that deal with calamities and history of wars.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 2 more magical books and put them in my backpack, and then leave the rest. And I assume those are both still in languages I can't read.
They are. They're in a language that you cannot decipher.
Alright, I'm just gonna label them as
Hey,
unknown magical
you two,
books, Wizard Tower.
what are you guys doing?
And always taking important books.
You're taking important books from a place that is not yours.
He tried to hurt us with armor. He owes us.
Well, why don't we ask before we just take?
I left most of them.
You see, Kono has cleared an entire shelf already.
God. It's like that's
The
too many.
books.
That's too many books, Turtle Man.
Put
Seven books.
So,
most.
as you're rifling through the books and pulling the books off the shelf, you start to hear a faint buzzing sound.
Oh no,
We're
run.
dead. Good job, guys.
I run back into the stairwell of the the room before. It's like, I don't like this sound. I heard it before. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
I bet
I'm
you don't.
I'm
We're
like
about to be
hiding.
blind.
I'm hiding like just past the door, like kind of like keeping just like one eye, trying to get like a little cover.
Everybody roll initiative.
Of fucking course.
I told you it was too many books.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Kono was
The-
stealing books, and now
Idiots decided to take books.
Hey, I took the right amount of books.
Alright, rolling initiative.
Yes.
yes.
Turtle
dead.
Man. Turtle Man took too many books. 3 was plenty. He took like 100.
Yeah.
I don't. Y'all got us into this. Y'all can fight.
Kono? Check your messages, please.
My messages.
Yeah.
What is message?
Dun, dun. Oh, that looks friendly.
No, that doesn't look friendly.
I don't like things that fly.
I knew I
Unless
should
they're
have been a
birds or
grung.
butterflies.
I knew I should have been a frogman instead.
It might have been useful in this situation.
I know, I would just eat them. You would see the frogman just flick his tongue out and just eat these bugs. Crunch them
That'd
up.
be nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everybody's rolled initiative. So what you see is out of the books starts pouring this swarm. There's actually 2 different swarms of wasps. They're tiny swarms of nasty little evil-looking wasps, and they have been living inside the magical tomes that have been sitting on the shelves.
Way to go, you two.
Do the wasps glow with magic?
Not really, no.
Okay. Quick, throw water on them.
Where are you gonna get water from?
I have some in my water container.
All right.
Oh,
Is there
there's some
anything
wine
else?
on them.
Mhm. It's just a bunch of buzzers.
Yeah, it's two swarms of wasps. They came out of like two different sets of bookshelves.
Wonderful.
Just because they came out of books does not mean they are made of paper, which means they probably water won't help.
They can't fly.
Let's
I know these. You throw water, they no fly.
see
Then you
here.
stomp on them.
Kono is first. What's a first?
Yeah, Kona, you are first.
So these two represent two different swarms, right?
Correct.
Kono looks at you guys and says, Kono wonders if we should simply run away from the swarm instead of try to fight the swarm.
Do you seriously want to go back up the stairs to those blinding lights? You know, they could follow us. Probably will follow us.
Kono wasn't awake for that, so
So you're gonna
Kono
run
has
away.
no idea what has happened since 2 sessions ago.
Well, we're trying to go see this wizard, and and you just stole books. So go ahead, deal with what you've done.
I told you 3 books.
Well, I never specified how many books. That's fine.
You said a whole
You
shelf.
said a whole shelf of books.
Could have been only 3 books on the shelf. You never know.
I think these shelves are stocked.
He said they were packed.
I know. Let's see here.
So, Kona, what are you gonna do?
So how will this work? Just like every hit I make will just count as a certain number of damage spread to the swarm then?
Yeah, each swarm has its own base hit points. So, like, as you are, trying to damage the swarm, any damage that you do to the individual swarm will detract from that until they're all
Okay.
dead.
Punch
Perfect.
them, turtle man.
Alright, first things first then I'm gonna go up and attack one. Or try to anyway. Uh, 22 to hit. I'd assume that hits.
Yeah, that is.
That's 9 damage to the swarm.
What kind of
And
damage
then
is
I
it?
was bludgeoning.
Okay.
I'll spend a key point for a flurry of blows. Does a 12 hit them?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. In that case, that is 14 more damage to the swarm. So a total of 23 bludgeoning damage to the swarm. But they need to. How do they? And I'm gonna make it so they can't take reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay. You do notice that the damage that you're doing is not as effective as it normally would be.
Wonderful. And then I'm gonna leave. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Run away!
All right. So Irlon is next. He's going to cast Thunder's Smite. Okay, and that is going to be his turn. Ghibli, your turn.
Gimli is going to, for one, he's going to take a double check on something. Very nice. All right, so Gimli is just going to take one step forward, and he is going to cast his breath weapon on this one here. Need a dex save.
It was DC 13.
Yep.
He fails.
So he'll take the full 7 damage of that. And I will give inspiration to set. Which one is that one? Is that a Silnor? No, that's
Redhead's
Farash.
Isilnor. Farash is blue.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll give inspiration to Silnor. So give me 1 second. Bonus action. There we go. And that will conclude my turn. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right, Silnor, it's going to be your turn. She's trying to figure out what she's going to do.
Heart them. I'm still just
I
sitting in the
recommend
doorway,
using
like
fire.
just one eye around the door frame, just like very badly hiding, but still kind of like half cover. And anyone who's in range of me just hears me quietly talking to John Barrington about what's happening.
It was like Kono's swings are not as effective as Kono's used to.
Okay, I've cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, holy shit.
Which one? Which one are you casting? No. I know which spell you're casting. Tell me which one you're hitting. Because we're playing with tokens, so you have to like tell me which one you're doing the damage to. This one? Okay, and you rolled a 12. That hits, go ahead and roll your damage. Alright, 6 force damage.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So,
Ow.
do you do anything else? Dang.
No, that's the end of my turn.
Tiana, your turn.
Alright. Is this like the layout of everyone still, or is my thing fucked?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
fine.
Nobody's moved or anything. The only person that moved was Kono, and then he like retreated back.
And deal all the damage.
Yeah, that hits.
Okie dokie. So, yeah. 16 total damage. Plus 11 critical. Piercing. This one right there.
Okay, you notice also that your damage does not do as much damage as it normally would. Anything else?
Bonus action, disengage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go back up. Yeah. Use my free damage.
Okay. Farash, your turn.
All right. Um, I'm going to use my crossbow and hit this one.
This one right here.
Yes.
Okay, that hits.
And damage. And that's all I can do for now.
Alright, so it is the swarm's turn. So they do fly over to you, Gimli. And they attempt to sting you.
Ah, get him off me!
Does 11 hit? Does 11 hit you?
Embley. Yep, he died.
Good to know.
What? What happened?
Does an 11 hit you?
Oh, does an 11 hit me? No.
Okay. So what happened is the swarm moved up to you. They tried to sting you, but missed. So basically the stings were not going through, penetrating your armor.
Mm-hmm. Ah, get him off me!
All right, and then the other swarm is going to move to Forash, and they are going to sting Forash, or attempt to sting Forash.
Please miss, please miss, please miss.
All right, does an 8 hit you, Forash?
It does not hit me.
Okay, so they missed you as well.
Hallelujah.
Hiren, the one that created, well, not the one, because it was you and Kono combined. Y'all have started this whole situation. It is your turn now, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna step out from my hiding place in the stairwell to right here, and I'll cast Toll the Dead on this bottom character here. He has a DC 14 Wisdom save where he takes 6 necrotic damage.
You said DC 14 Wisdom save or 6 necrotic?
Yeah, and I go back to my little hiding space.
He passed.
No.
Kono,
That's
your
the
turn.
animal.
You have the swarm right in front of you and Faresh that just tried to attack Faresh, and then the other one is attacking Gimli.
I guess I'll attack the one right in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
That was a 14 to hit.
That hits.
12 damage.
Hiron's like punching the air, impersonating Kono.
Kono's trying to smack him with a nunchuck. You see him like just twirling it in the air as he's trying to hit him.
Okay. Anything else?
The middle-aged mutant Ninja Turtle.
I have a feeling they're immune to prone, so I won't do that. I'll just unarmed strike them. 15 to hit.
That hits.
5 more damage. That ends my turn.
Okay. Alright, so Irlon is going to attack. He had cast Thunder's Smite on his weapon. So he is going to attack with his greatsword now. And he hits. Okay, and next turn, Gimli. Gimli, you there?
Gimbals.
Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call real quick. Let's see. So I'm going to attack this horde that's in front of me. And I am going to... Good question. What am I going to do? Yeah, I'll just swing a hand axe at it.
Okay.
Does 25? Ooh, that's a crit. That is a critical. So slash it. So that's 6 plus what? I forget how criticals work.
Just doubles.
Oh, it just
Yeah,
doubles.
it just doubles
So
your damage.
so that'll be 12, and so let's add in some. Can I add sneak attack damage to this?
I
I
mean,
can't remember.
you'd have to have advantage to add it to do the sneak attack damage, right?
I think so. I don't know. Like let me see.
I
Begin.
think you might get it if it's engaged with someone else, but
You
that
don't
might
need
that might
advantage.
only be
Okay, you
ranged.
don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. The enemy isn't incapacitated. You don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. The amount of extra damage increases as you gain levels. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. Okay, so yeah, no. And I'm not using a finesse weapon
Well,
anyway,
but
so it doesn't matter.
it did say you don't need advantage if it's within 5 feet of basically if you
That's
of a teammate, and Isilnor is within 5 feet of it.
Sure.
okay. Well then, so 14, if that's the case.
14 slashing or piercing?
It'll be slashing.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Selenor, your turn.
I think I'm going to try frostbite.
Hurt them, pointy ear lady. Don't let them hurt Mr. Barrington.
So it needs to make a Constitution save. DC 14, is that what it says on there?
Yep.
And it made the Constitution save. I actually rolled a natural 20. All right, so because it is because frostbite is a sucker save spell, the swarm did not take any damage because they did save with a natural 20. And it is there anything else that you want to do, Silnor, or is that your turn?
Oh, that's my turn.
Okay. Tiana, your turn.
Oh, time to go flanking. Damage. Hello?
14 hits. And you actually have advantage right now because you're
No, advantage. It's a 25.
okay.
16 damage. Or 8. And metal. And then I will do bonus action dodge.
Okay.
And that'll be all.
Farash, your turn.
Um, could I catch one with a net and hold it down while someone's next? Oh wait, no, never mind. The bug's next turn. Never mind.
Say that again.
I was gonna catch with a net, wait till someone's next turn, hold down one person wedges, I don't know, a sword through it. That's not gonna happen, is it?
I mean, if you had like a standard net that you would like catch somebody in combat, that would probably not work on the swarm because they're tiny.
Sorry, I keep forgetting their swarm.
Yeah. So you basically would throw it at it, and then they would just like, you might trap like one or two, but like for the most part, the majority of the swarm is going to escape through the holes in the net, unless you have like a really small net, like a very small net.
Got it. And I guess I'll just use my short sword.
Okay. So you're gonna swipe at it with your short sword.
Correct.
Okay, go for it. That's a hit.
And I'll hit the one in front of
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
so I killed 5. I knew we should have brought bug spray upon this journey.
So you did do a significant amount of damage to that swarm. There's only a few left that are swarming around. They are still pretty angry though.
For any chance someone could, I don't know, sing them to sleep? Just saying.
Well, you'd have to ask the bard for that. Is that your turn? Anything else?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
I can
Thanks.
play the flute.
Alright, so the swarm is going to try to sting Tiana. They're probably not going to do very well because I have not been rolling well tonight. Does a 20 hit? I know you bonus action dodge last round too.
No idea what this is about. But I was working last apartment. I gotta send some first.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Or are you talking to Tiana?
Tiana.
Um, yeah, I just need to see if with her dodge, if it hits or not.
Oh, what was up?
I rolled a 20 for attack, and you had dodge action for the last round.
Was that with the disadvantage?
Correct.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Alright, so you take 5 piercing damage from the sting. And then I need you to make a constitution save.
Do with the Constitution save. Of course, I roll a nat fucking 20, but it's a 9.
Why do you have disadvantage?
I still have a tier of exhaustion.
Uh,
I have to roll it with disadvantage.
isn't that only on ability checks? Is that on saves too?
So, because you were stung by these wasps, which are not normal wasps, and you failed the Constitution save, you take 1 point of damage to your wisdom or intellect. Which one would you prefer?
My wisdom or intellect?
Correct.
Does it go away?
It can go away in certain circumstances, but not normal circumstances.
The first tier of exhaustion only affects ability checks. It shouldn't affect your save, though, right?
This is not. Oh, I don't know. That part.
Not 20.
I had looked it up because I was pretty sure. Because he was thinking it affected that save, but it says it affects ability checks, but it doesn't affect attack rolls or saving throws.
Oh, okay. So
all skill checks.
Exhaustion doesn't affect it?
No, just skill checks.
I think like when you get in,
investigation and stealth checks and all that.
I think when you get into second and third stages, that's when.
Probably third, because second half's your movement.
Okay, then.
I've never heard of exhaustion affecting your ability scores.
This is not an ability score decrease from exhaustion.
Yeah, exhaustion level 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
So then you passed it, and it's not enough for me to. It was only 1 point, so I'm not going to include it because it's half as much, and I'm not going to take a half from you. So we'll just consider it to be.
Well, and I rolled a nat 20 on the roll too. To be fair, but fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fucking pricks. All right.
These things, if they sting you a lot, they can actually kill you by reducing your stat to 0. So the other one is going to sting for Ash, or try to sting for Ash.
Is it though?
He said, "Is it though?"
Well, they rolled a 23, so looks like they did.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Evil waspies.
So you take 6 piercing damage. And then you will need to make a Constitution save.
Got it.
No.
I hate the dice.
Damn.
So you take 8 points of damage to either your intellect or wisdom.
Holy shit.
T-Bus. Rip 4 Ash.
And how would I go about doing that?
You have to manually change your stats.
Or just mark it.
If you go into your stats, it's a manual override of your actual stat block.
I would just mark it and then minus it from all your checks or something, because I'm sure you'll probably get them back after a long rest.
Well, it's not affecting her modifier. It's affecting her actual score. So her actual score will affect her modifiers.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. If you click on the score you want to change, the little window on the right will pop up, and then you'll see at the top of the menu somewhere it'll say override score, and that's where you'll put in the score.
Just
and that'll be your
remember
new
what it
effective
was.
score. Yeah, remember what it was. No, it doesn't change. The original score will still stay there. Does that make sense? In the menu, so it doesn't erase your character sheet. It's designed for situations like this, or for the DM to go in and change your sheet, but the original score will show up in that menu.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
have it open. I can change it if you want me to change it. I just need to know what stat you want me to change. Either your
I'm gonna say wisdom for right now, but I was gonna try to figure out change that. Yeah, I could do it.
okay.
Really need to kill these wasps.
Yeah, they're way worse than I thought.
So you
Kono
now have a
Kono
7
looks
in
at.
wisdom.
Oh, God damn! It's a -2. Kono looks at Hiron and says, Kono thinks he's gonna put all the books back.
I think so too.
Okay. Hiron, it is now your turn.
Alright, I'm stepping back out of my hiding place, and I'm gonna toll the dead on the bees in front of Farash.
Okay.
So DC 14 save or 7 necrotic.
No, not my knees. Oh my God. And
Alright, I failed and it was 7 necrotic.
Yes.
Alright, the last few of them dropped to the ground dead.
Hooray.
oh, thank goodness.
I go back into hiding in my little place, and I whisper, Farash, you should run to the stairs. It's safer here. And that's the end of my turn.
Kono, the swarm that in front of you that you and Farash were fighting is now deceased. There are little tiny mind wasps all over the ground in front of you, and there is still another swarm that still has quite a few left in front of Tiana, Gimli, and Isildur.
Perfect. I will go ahead and go to the swarm. Take a few whacks at it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a natural 1 to hit the swarm.
Mm.
Do you have anything crazy happen for natural ones?
I do. Is a melee weapon?
Yes.
Roll a d20 for me. It's just a straight roll.
17.
So you lose your nerve. So make a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 10, modified plus 2 for every hit dice higher than your opponent has.
What?
Yeah, so you're going to have to make a wisdom save. On a fail, you are frightened. And after one turn, you can attempt to save again.
Okay. So just roll a wisdom save?
Yeah, just roll a wisdom save.
12.
You saved. You're good.
Cool.
You just
In that
basically lost your nerve for the attack, and you almost were
interesting.
gotten scared.
I missed anyway.
All right. Well.
I guess I'll use another key point to flurry blows again.
Okay. Go for it.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Damage to them, and they can't take reactions until the end of my turn. Go back over by 4 Ash. That's the end of Kono's turn. If either of you want to leave the area of the wasps, you can do that without an opportunity attack now. because they
Saying the
can't.
wasp won't follow us.
Well, I don't know how much their movement speed is, but all I know is if you leave their area of attack, they can't hit you now.
And Irulan moves up and takes a swipe at them with his greatsword, and he ends up finishing off the rest of that swarm.
Perfect.
Is that effect their sting? Is that considered a poison?
It is not. It is a magical effect.
So lesser restoration will do nothing.
It probably have to be something, probably dispel magic, honestly.
Well, I mean, there are things that can work on it. They can be regained. There are spells that can be used. You would have to figure out what spell it would take to remove it. It can only be regained by using our divine magics on it.
Like any divine magic, or?
Well, not any divine magic. There is like one arcane spell that you can use to restore it. But other than that, it's divine magics. Obviously, you don't know that. That's out of character, but...
Oh, gotcha. Because Dispel's like level 3. Does it last indefinitely?
Yes, it does. Until removed.
What the fuck? We're gonna have to like pay someone. Maybe the wizard will do it. I'm gonna go and put the books back that I took.
I'm just gonna do the same.
So you're putting all the books back on the shelf.
Correct.
Oh,
okay.
3.
As y'all are putting the books back on the shelves, you hear the door unlock, and you hear somebody say, "What's going on down here with all this racket? Damn wasps are back!"
Your wasps hurt our friend. Your pets killed her.
Fuck. You mean tell me that these things been coming here for a while, or are these not your pets?
They're not my pets. They're infestations. They go into the spell books and they sit there and they eat the paper. That's why they're magical in nature now. The pesky little things are so hard to get rid of. Every time I come through here, I have to like hit the skull and like cause radiant damage to like spread throughout the room and like irradiate them. It's the only thing that really clears them out.
We should touch the fucking skull.
Please help our friend. She got hurt by them.
She got hurt? She got stung?
Yes.
That's not good. He's like looking you over and he's like, you see an older man. He's got white hair, long white beard. He's wearing like what used to look like possibly very well kept robes. You can tell at one time they were probably very, very high regal robes, but over time they've become dingy and in disrepair. And he's like looking you up and down, and he's like opening your mouth and like squeezing your cheeks together. You kind of like look inside your mouth and like pulling your eyelids open and everything else. And he's like, you've definitely been affected by them. I can't do anything to help you. You need a divine caster to restore what you've lost.
So what you're saying is that we need like a cleric.
Well, I have lesser restoration, but it doesn't. It's not a poison.
You can try that.
Tiana was also hurt. Yeah.
Tiana saved though. Because she rolled with the disadvantage.
That's right. So only for Ash. My bad.
So it's only for Ash.
Damn it.
She wanted someone to suffer with her.
Farash is the only one
Wait,
that got the
but-
case of the dumbs.
It was that or my intelligence, and as Forrest needs her intelligence.
I didn't understand a word she just said there, but anyhow,
Maybe it
where
did
do we
affect
go
her
to go get her
intelligence.
fixed?
Well, I guess I'll try it. I'll go up to her and say, "Well, maybe I can help," and I'll cast Luster Restoration and see if it works.
Okay, go ahead.
I did. It's my last level 2.
Okay, so as he casts this magic, it like surrounds you and pours into your body, Farash, and you feel like you are regaining back a piece of you that was missing. There is something part of you that did not feel the same since you were stung, and you, as the magic flows into you, you feel that is going back to the way it was before.
The power! I feel it coursing through me!
And then
Alright.
Phobos.
Gimbly's just gonna go grab a chair and just sit back and watch, eating on his goat jerky.
So
Tiana's
Zobus.
gonna
Go
take
ahead.
her nap on. All I was gonna say is that Tiana's gonna take her nap back upon Gimbly's shoulders.
Okay, so Zobus is well, why are you in my tower, and why are you going through my things? This is an off-limits area. I have not invited you. Who are you? And he's pointing to each one of you.
Your cat let us in. I pet him, and he opened the door for me.
I try to warn him not to pet the cat without your permission, sir.
We came from the kingdom to ask you questions about something that I don't remember.
The kingdom. The kingdom.
Yes,
Which kingdom? There's
Irulan,
many kingdoms.
why don't you talk on behalf of your persons?
I ask you, Mr. Beard, to talk to this grumpy man. He knows.
So Irulan explains to him the situation that happened at the Capitol and how they thought that it would be a good idea for them to travel here to beseech him to, use his powers to try and find a way to resolve the issue and possibly get the princess back, if that is a possibility.
So what say you, Mr. Wizard?
So Zobus is like, come, let's discuss things further. Let's get out of this damp, dark library. There might be more wasps, so let's move along. Hurry.
I agree. Let's go.
Okay, so Gimbly's just gonna stand up, continuing to munch on the goat jerky.
I just follow him.
Tiana remains upon his shoulders.
Upon whose shoulders?
Upon yours, Gimbly.
Oh, okay. Gimbly's gonna tear off a piece of the jerky and hand it to Tiana.
She grabs it. She grabs it and starts to nibble.
So he leads you up to the next floor, and on the next floor, there's a like large dining room table. Um, in the middle of the room, there are plates with food, all types of foods, um, lavishly displayed around on the table. It all seems very warm and inviting. Um, Everybody's here. Okay. And then there's a fireplace that is like faintly glowing, warm, emanating light from it. He encourages everybody to sit down at the table and let's discuss this further and see what it is exactly that he could or maybe possibly do to help them out.
This table is very big for one man.
Are we gonna eat?
Is that all you think about, little one?
I'm hungry. So yes, I just got
Here,
stuffed.
here, have a package of goat jerky.
I don't like goat jerky.
Are there any pastries on the table?
What do you mean?
There are pastries on the table. Different types.
One of them say eat me.
I'm gonna take one and look at the guy while I take a bite of it and ask if I can have a pastry.
Yes, go ahead. Eat everything that you want. It's all there for anybody that comes to visit. I don't get very many visitors, but you know, a wizard has to keep up his appearances, and you know, I can't just let any guest, go without food.
I ask while I'm munching on several pastries now. It's like, where's Mr. Kitty?
Dondle is downstairs. He's like probably patrolling the lower floors. That's his job,
Oh,
He didn't do that well of a job of letting us in.
he let us in very well.
Well, if he lets you in, then he obviously seems to trust you in some way, shape, or form. So, you wouldn't be here, or you wouldn't have let you in if you did not strike as worthy.
Did you just worthy? Worthy is the word that you choose?
Yes,
I think
worthy of coming into my tower, into my domain, and encroaching in my space. I don't live by myself for no reason. Why would I want people here all the time?
Well, I assume that. However, first, we were let in by your cat. Then attacked by armored ghost.
just armor.
Then almost beaten to death by wasp, stung to death by wasp. And now we're here.
Well, the armor was a
The wasp doesn't count.
security. The armor was a security to keep uninvited people from possibly going in. Sometimes Dondel has misconceived notions of what people are actually like. There was a ringer on the inside door, though. Nobody rang the door.
Haha.
That's because we had a giant furbolg decide that, the cat let us in. And I was more focused on that.
Yeah, we sound like
Don't listen to him, Mr. Wizardbeard. He's a very grumpy man.
So,
I'm not grumpy. I just don't like I do not like my appearance to be that of some home invading heathen.
He's very grumpy.
So as y'all are sitting there talking, the same suits of armor that you fought in the first level of the house or the tower actually walk in from downstairs, and they're carrying trays of more food and drinks, and they start putting them onto the tables, as they're standing next to you.
Gimli
We
just
overdue.
eyeballs the hell out of it. Just touch me, I will fuck you up.
I say, "Oh, thank you, Lieutenant Johnny Sides," and I take some of the drink and food.
Would you like a fork and knife?
No, thank you.
He's a furball. They don't believe in.
Yeah, mostly pastries.
Yeah.
So Zobus he looks at Irlon and he's like, so I understand why you would be here as a servant of the crown of Krolis, but he looks at each one of you and he's like, why are you guys here? What made you want to come here?
We helped save the town. And
Well, I was an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee.
The guy on the throne told us or asked us to come here. I think he's gonna give us shiny things.
No. On a more plain note, we me, my cohort, Kono and Tiana here, we were in the city when it was attacked. And we fought off all these things, these demons. And in lieu of that, we ended up meeting Isilnor, and we met Hiron and Forash along the way. So you have your fellowship, if you will, that is trying to look after the crown of Krolis.
So you were commissioned by the crown of Krolis to come along, and the Dark One was sent with you as an escort or guide. Is he your leader?
He's a grumpy man.
Gimli's just gonna look over at Irulan and kind of just go mutual boundaries or mutual understandings.
He was ordered to come with us to explain and probably take information back. Would you like to meet Mr. Barrington? And I pull out Mr. Barrington.
Ah, that's so nice. And he cat moves his hands and Mr. Barrington disappears.
No, where Mr. Barrington go? Bring
Give
back
him the bear
Mr.
back.
Barrington.
Give him the bear back. Please give him the bear back.
No.
So Mr. Barrington did not disappear, but you have a sense of whatever he just did with his hands, it made Mr. Barrington fade away where he's not there anymore. But he's still with you.
Oh.
So he looks
What
at
did you do to the bear?
roll a insight.
Invisible.
Roll an incarnate. Incarnate check.
Huh?
Arcana. Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
Can I still feel Mr. Barrington in my hands?
Not in your hands, but you feel him connected to you. So Gimli, you feel that you can discern that whatever spell he just cast, it dissolved the Barrington spell to summon Mr. Barrington.
Oh no, this isn't the spell like summon the spiritual weapon. This is literally the physical bear that the spiritual weapon's based off of.
Okay, I understand.
Oh yeah, it's
So
just,
I was like,
it's
give
just
him
a
the
real
bear back.
teddy bear.
Give him the bear back.
I thought you summoned the actual spiritual weapon,
no.
and I was like,
No.
Not today.
No.
Okay, so your bear's fine. It's with you.
Okay.
So he looks at Forash and he's like, why did you come with them? Like, what prompted you to follow along?
I just say I got dragged into it, basically.
You get dragged around very often, do you?
No, not like that, Mr. Wizard.
Forbes. Call me Forbes.
Mr. Forbes. See, I heard voices in the cave. I went to go investigate and I found them and I got dragged along. And I haven't left since because I said, why not?
She almost died.
Shush.
Twice, it seems. Very interesting.
I am new at fighting.
Ah, I can tell because you took so much damage before.
I don't like Wasp. I feel like you should go burn all those books down there to be on the safe side.
You can't burn those books. Some of those books are rare treasures that can never be found anywhere in the world. They are only in my
And
library.
yet Wasp are eating them. Burn them.
I'm not gonna burn the books. What kind of militant person are you, going around burning books?
Your books had Wasp in them that attacked us and were armored. Do you not see the issue there? I would not be surprised if you had a spider hiding in there too.
That's why I installed the extermination skull.
We should just touch the damn skull. We should touch the damn skull.
You should have. I don't know why you didn't touch it.
It was
Because
scary looking and glowing.
We didn't want to be blinded.
Why would you be blinded?
The floor
It's
below
not a-
that. We
it's-
lit all the torches.
Ah, you're talking about the other access tunnel. Okay, I understand. It's a skull of eradication insect. It's not a skull of eradication eyeballs.
Okay.
Your eyes would be perfectly fine. The next time, if you come to visit me, and if they swarm out like that, just touch the skull, put your hands on it, and utter the incantation, and all the wasps will disappear. So he looks at Isildur, and he's like, "What makes you come here? Why are you in my tower, young lady?"
Well, I was just on a little bit of a journey trying to get some information about my family, and these people stumbled upon me and said they were trying to see the wizard, so I thought I might as well come along.
What about your family? What are you trying to find out?
Well, I'm trying to learn something about my father.
Your father? Interesting. What do you know of him?
Well, not much. I know he wasn't like my mother.
Oh, he wasn't a Fey elf like your mother?
No.
Interesting. I sense a little bit of magical disturbance around you. It could be possibly tied to that. Would you like me to look into it for you?
Sure, what do you think you can do for me?
I have various items of divining nature that I can try to find things out. It's in the room upstairs, actually. If everybody is ready to go upstairs and has had their fill, we can absolutely go take a look and see what we can find. I'm very interested in seeing what I can find out for each and every one of you, so you can be out of my tower.
Did you know you have mushrooms outside your tower?
Yes!
How rude.
Don't eat those mushrooms, they're not good for you.
Oh.
Too late. I believe you already crushed them up into some wine.
I didn't drink it.
You might accidentally drink it.
A
You
smart.
combine the mushrooms?
Yes, I was gonna try them and hurt our enemies.
Whoever drinks that concoction will not find a very good ending. I would strongly encourage you to pour it out at your earliest opportunity.
I will into a cup for a bad person.
He is set on poisoning somebody.
I don't want to waste the mushrooms. And then I pick up like 4 more pastries and say, I'm ready to go.
So Zobus gets up and he starts beckoning y'all to follow him upstairs to the next floor.
I follow him munching
Yeah.
on pastries.
Kono follows him as well.
All right, so you get into the room. The room that you're in looks very close to what a laboratory would look like for a wizard if you'd ever seen one before. There are chests up against the wall, up at the top of the room, that look like they may be holding items. There are a varied mix of different things on the 3 tables. There's beakers with different colored fluids that are boiling and bubbling, sending fluid through the tubes into the different pots and collections. There's a different books spread out onto the tables. There's small bottles with different colored liquid on each of the tables. There's a large globe on one of them and a lot of parchments and scrolls that are there. And in the center of the room, there is a large crystal ball, probably the size of, or double the size of a watermelon in real life. And in that crystal ball, which is completely smooth and rounded off, there is no imperfections on it. There's no blemishes that you can see, and it is radiating a green light around it that is coming from inside. It's like pulsing outside of the circle and on to the stand where the crystal ball is sitting. What's everybody doing?
I'm like getting close and staring at the crystal ball in wonder and said, "Oh wow, so shiny and bright. What is this, Mr. Wizard Forbus Beard Man?"
It's Zorbis. It's a scrying tool. It's used to define magical properties and look into things and find other stuff. And are you trying to like reach out and touch it?
No, but I'm close.
Okay, so like he like kind of like beckons you away to like don't touch, don't touch.
Okay.
No touch.
Can I touch it? Can I just start reaching one finger out to touch it?
No, don't touch it until I tell you to touch it. Why does everybody want to touch things?
It's shiny. What do you expect?
Just because something's shiny doesn't mean it's good for you to touch. Sometimes you have to keep your hands to yourself. I'm possibly concerned that maybe that's why the wasps came out. Were you touching the books?
Can we just
Kono
look
nods.
at
I said
Kono?
no. No, we didn't touch the books.
Kono
We
nods.
We took a
didn't.
couple though, and I would put them back.
Kono nods yes, and Hiram says no.
Yes.
And he kind of shakes his fingers at the both of you.
I put them back.
Kono like puts his hands together and like does a slight bow. Kono learned his lesson.
I hope
You
so.
did.
I really hope you did, because I'm the one that told you not to fucking do it.
Yeah, I learned my lesson too. Next time I take books, don't make sure there's no wasps in them.
I don't think that's the lesson that's supposed to be learned.
So
Well, if you can't teach their fucking lesson to them, could you at least get it to where I don't feel so freaking tired all the time?
are you exhausted? You are tired from your travels.
Tired for more than the travels.
Ah, you've expended
You ever-
yourself in a exceeding way.
No, I wanted to burn the world and then fell asleep.
So he walks up to you, Tiana, and he starts looking you over, much like he looked over Faresh. And he goes and fuddles with some of the stuff that's on the table, and he comes back with a potion bottle. It is a cloudy purple liquid that is swirling inside, and he says, "You can drink this. I would take half a dose. Don't drink the whole thing at once, but you should feel much better after you ingest this."
Seems to.
You broke up. I couldn't hear anything that she said.
She drinks half that bottle as he said.
Okay, so you drink the half of the vial. You do feel much better and more rested than what you were, and your level of exhaustion is gone now.
Yeah.
So, how can I help each and one of you and see what I can possibly do to find out information? Who's first? Who would like to be helped?
I raise my hand up and say, I volunteer as tribute.
Okay. What I need you to do is I need you to approach the sphere, and I want you to put both your hands on it at the same time. And then I want you to think about what it is that you want to know, and I will perceive what I can find out. But you have to explain to me what it is that you are trying to locate or find.
Are there other people like me? Or is my species still alive? Because I don't know what the hell I am, but maybe I can find my species.
Okay, so you put your hands onto the globe and it starts glowing. You see Zobus put his hands on the globe at the same time, and he's like muttering an incantation, and a few minutes pass, and he's like, "You are a member of the race of Genasi. You are of the air type, I believe. You come from a very proud people. Most of your kin have been killed off by the orcs, but a few of them reside in the floating city above the desert on the other continent."
Oh wow, that's really thankful. Yes, I'm not alone. Wait, Jinsies?
Yeah, you descend from a type of folk that were closely related to genie folk.
Does that mean I can cast wishes?
No, your blood is too diluted to be able to cast that type of magic. What do you think this is? Harry Potter?
Well, you said genies, so I instantly thought, 3 wishes, stuff like that.
No wishes. You would have to learn that type of magic. It is not easy. Trust me, I know quite a few.
Lovely. And you said they're in the desert, right?
In the great desert on the other continent, there is a floating city that was erected as a homage, as a place of sanctuary for the folks that were in constant wars with the orc. And the floating city floats over the ashes of the original settlement there.
Great! Well, I know where we should head to next, guys.
Anyone else? Who's next?
I did lose my family a while ago. I got put in jail because I took a shiny from a store and they said that I had to give them money for it. I thought they just gave stuff to people.
Was it a shiny book? Because it looks like you're repeating the process.
No, it was much shinier than your books.
So you want to find out about your family? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, they travel around.
Go ahead and place your hands on the sphere.
I'd also like to know where shiny things are, and I put my hands on the sphere.
So as you ask that and you put your hands on the sphere, you get this overwhelming surge of all shiny things within like 100-mile radius of you, and I need you to roll a Constitution check.
So much shiny.
That's
An
the
8.
shiny.
So it is so overwhelming that you have to actually let go.
Oh, I'm dizzy, Mr. Barrington.
Irulan kind of grabs you and he's like, maybe you should sit down.
And I sit down on the floor.
Okay.
So maybe we should just start with my family.
So, since you've already touched the orb, he goes ahead and he starts casting in regards to it, and he says, your family, I think that they have moved on. I don't have any sense of them in this world or this plane of existence. Is it possible they've gone to another?
In carts? You tell me they all died?
No, they could easily be on another plane of existence, but without knowing where they might have traveled, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't sense anything related to you on this realm, though.
Well, I don't know.
Why did they leave?
Well, I was gone for like at least a month, but we always leave. We travel around through the forests and we help heal the sick forests. If people are hurting forests, we help the forests. And sometimes we help hurting people too, but only if they come to us.
Was it on this continent or another?
It was somewhere.
I would travel to the Elven Kingdom to the south, and I would ask them if maybe they've heard of your family. That sounds like a more Sylvan-y kind of get-up that they have going on.
They do like us.
Except for when you're stealing their stuff.
Oh, I don't like their stuff as much. They just have sticks and I like the shiny city things.
Jeez.
Who's next? Who can I help now?
You see Kono approaches.
Alright, little one. Go ahead and touch the sphere and then tell me what you're looking for.
Kono tentatively puts his little claw on the sphere. Kono wishes to know if there are any more of Kono's kind left.
There are many more turtles in the world, but they have migrated to a island that is not marked on any map. They've done this so that they can seek solitude in their own civilization and not be at the beck and call of other reptilian races.
Understands. Kono has come from many years of isolation.
I think that if you went to the Dragon Isles, you would be able to find some information about where they may have head off to.
See, Kono does his little bow. Kono thanks you.
You're
back.
welcome.
To where he was standing before.
Who is next? Come. Don't be shy. Anybody can.
Go on, grumpy man.
Talking to Gimli or or Iurol or whatever his name is.
Gimbals.
Gimbals.
Anyone? Are we done here?
I don't know if Gimli's paying
I
attention.
go over and I wake up Tiana. I was like, Kitty, you should touch the thing. It's pretty cool.
As Gimli has like decided to like lean up against the wall or whatever and like drift slowly as everybody's doing this. So to hear somebody approaching him while he's asleep.
Asleep. I thought he said Tiana.
Well, he said
Tiana's on
Tiana,
top
but
of
Tiana's on my shoulders.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And Gimli just kind of like panics awake real quick, like, oh,
Panics awake.
Soldier shit.
I understand.
Gimbals touch the shiny circle.
You want me to do what?
Touch the shiny circle. It tells you answers.
Some things are just better left unanswered.
Can you ask more than one?
Then ask about really shiny things we can find. Sorry.
Are you asking Farash? Are you asking him that?
Yeah, can you ask more than one question?
No! Everybody gets a chance. Don't be a hog.
Sorry. You kind of you can tell us almost anything, so we can ask. You always get a long list of questions you want to ask.
Well, you should have asked when it was your turn. Now, hold
I
your
didn't
horses.
know. I thought you only had you could ask one question at a time.
DM.
Kitty cat? Or elf girl?
Yes, I do have a question.
Well, go ahead and lay your hands upon the sphere and ask your question, and I will divine my answer for you.
I want to know what my father was, because I want to know where I got my powers from.
So you see him start casting spell, and he's touching the orb, and he looks into it, and he's like, "Your father was not of this plane. He was a outsider. They're frequently named the Satori. They are a race of humanoids, aberrant humanoids. They have a third eye that floats disembodied from them. Your father was a different type of person." Well played, Levin. Is that sufficient for you? Does that tell you what you are looking for, young lady?
Yes, thank you very much for that information.
You're welcome. So is that everyone? Everyone has had a chance?
Gimli takes Tiana off his shoulders and just walks up to the wizard and DM, if you'll check your messages for me. He's going to he gets down real close and whispers something to the wizard, and then places his hand on the crystal or orb or whatever it is.
Ah, okay. I think I understand what you're asking. So he starts casting the spell, and he looks deep into the orb, and he's like, a number of them in different places. Does that answer your question?
Ghibli just kind of like leans back over and whispers something to him again and awaits for an answer.
There are some spread out among the different colonies and different kingdoms in the world. You would have to be more specific on who exactly you're looking for, and I might be able to tell you their general location.
Did everyone just get quiet, or is my thing being weird?
He's whispering to the wizard.
Just making sure.
I would say Kono doesn't really have anything to say because he's just observing, listening.
Ah. The one in particular that you're looking for. He is very much alive. He has actually traveled to another kingdom, far across the sea. He is in the lands of the Black Cougar grasslands, where he is living out his existence. Other than that, I can't rightly tell you what his goals or aspirations are, but I do know he is in that area.
Thank you for your time, wizard. And Gimli just kind of shuffle. Gimli just kind of like, you see Gimli give like this. All of a sudden, there's like this a little bit more tension to Gimli than there was prior. Almost as if it's something that he heard didn't make sense or was just something is obviously bothering Gimli.
Okay. He looks at Tiana and he's like, anything that I could do for you.
Oh, I doubt anything that you could help me with isn't going to be answered by others. So no, you can't help me with anything.
Struggling, I sense in you. I see you outshadowed by others close to you. This correct?
He said you're short.
I didn't hear you. You broke up.
Gets a piece of goat jerky thrown at him for the short joke.
I catch it and eat it.
He catches it.
Yeah, I live in the shadows all the time. I'm 3 foot tall.
Yes, but I sense that you want to get out of those shadows and become more. Yes?
Well, it's hard to get out of the shadows when your parents are the last ones that saved the world of blah 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 blah.
I think that you will find that you have the potential to be anything that you want. As long as you persevere. Yes?
I mean, you're right. You just better hope that I'm not the bitch that ends the world.
There's always gotta be one. Might as well be you.
Yeah, the world conquered by a 3 foot tall cat.
So he looks at Erlon and he says, how can I help you, Dark One? And Erlon tells him, and he looks at him and he explains, I am only here for this mission. There's nothing else that I need for you. But we need to find out who it was that orchestrated the attack, who was the leader of the attack on the city, and how we may go about getting revenge and maybe reclaim the princess as the only living heir to the throne. Ah, straight to business, you. Okay. So, what I will do is, I will divine this magic, but this is going to take a little bit more effort on y'all's parts. I need everyone to embrace the magic and contribute to this ritual. I need all of you to place one hand on the orb as I cast this spell. I need you to relate the information that you know through your body and into the sphere, and I will divine the actual information out of the air. Are you ready to start?
Kono nods and puts his hand on the orb.
I touch it too.
Everyone ready?
Sure, let's get going.
So,
Kono has his hand on the sphere,
so this will not be easy. I need everyone to maintain their contact with the sphere at all times. Do not, no matter what you see or hear, let go. Are we understanding each other?
You see Kono nods.
I understand you. I'm not stupid.
I also understand you.
Okay. So he steps back and he starts casting this magic. Everybody's looking up at him and nodding. Y'all are all intently looking up at him. And as he starts casting this magic, the lights in the room start to darken. Everything seems to dim, but it's not like the lights are going out. It's like something is coming in and obscuring all the light. You can see where the light was. You can see a faint glimmer of light from the candle or torch or anything like that. But all the other light in the room is basically being sucked out. And the only thing that is emanating any light is the crystal ball in the middle of the room that you are touching. And the light pulses stronger and stronger and stronger. And as he's casting this magic, you see his eyes turn silver. He starts to levitate up off of the floor. Everybody roll a wisdom check for me.
Wisdom check or a
Yes.
wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
A negative
And my
1
rolls
wisdom
suck.
save? Oh my gosh.
I gotta fix my thing. I forgot to fix my. Hold on.
Okay, I'm about to
I have
say.
+6 and I still rolled an 11. This is awful.
30 and 18 for Kono.
Did you add your 8 points of wisdom back to your stats?
Nah, she said she forgot to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's a. I was like, God damn, a -1. Just gets
I know
obliterated.
soap dish is wiser than that. She.
That's better.
Got fixed.
So, as you are touching the orb, everybody, with the exception of Gimli and Kono, starts to feel a intimidating force swimming all around them. It's emanating from Zobis directly. And he's floating in the air, casting these spells, and then energy starts pouring through his hands and then out his other hand, and it's like swirling through the air. We're just gonna say that you're touching the orb. That's the only way the magic's gonna work, is if everybody's touching it. the energy is like pouring through his hand and out the other hand and like through his body, and it's like swirling around in the air and coming back. It's a silver magical energy that is like pouring back and forth, and then you see it like go into his face, and as it goes into his face, he sits there and light shoots out of his eyes. Silver light shoots out of his eyes and his mouth, and he is standing there fully in the air with like beams of energy like streaming out of his face, and you are all now frightened of him. I need you all to roll another wisdom save.
18 failed? That's insane.
There we go. Finally, 25.
I think I fucked up.
Still almost a 1? God damn.
Please tell me I live.
I mean, Kono didn't get any better.
Tiana, Kono, and Foresh, you are all locked in place. Your legs will not move. You are utterly and completely intimidated and frightened at this point right now by the magic that you're seeing and the actual spell that's being casted in front of you. And as you're sitting there, Zobus begins to speak, but it's not in a voice that you've recognized before. The voice that he is talking in now is a booming voice. It is a voice of utter control and deep, deep magic. It is not, he doesn't sound frail. He doesn't sound older. None of those things are there. It is a deep, strong, demanding voice, and you can't look away at this point. You're all like tied to this spell and the voice that is commanding you to listen to what he's saying. And he's saying, "The powers of the demon prince have been used. He presented himself as suitor for the princess and took her hand. Kazath, the demon prince of the abyss, has your princess. He has taken her to his realm, and he intends to bride her into his cavorted little family. There is only one way for you to reach the abyss and enter his realm, and that is to reassemble the maelstrom in the center of the sea." And as he says this, the light shoots out of his hands and incorporates all of you. The light is like directly beaming into each one of you. You each lift up slightly off the ground, and the light is now shooting up into the air from each of your mouths and eyes. You are all conjoined by this magic. As this happens, each one of you are seeing a piece, a symbol that is tied to some type of archaic device that you've never seen before. And each of those symbols coincide on a place on the device. And you see, as the symbols appear next to each other, the device like glows with magic and turns red. And then as it's sitting there, it blasts apart. The little pieces of runes each go in different directions. You can see that they have landed in different parts of the kingdoms, in different parts of the world. And you now have an intimate knowledge, each one of you, where each one of those pieces are, or a general direction of where they landed.
Interesting.
And then as that happens, the magic starts to fade. Everybody starts to like ease down to the floor, and you are all thoroughly drained, exhausted. Not to the point of like actual exhaustion, but you are like completely and utterly exhausted by this effort that it took to cast this magic to divine this. Even Zobis looks to be weary from his effort that he exerted in this. So, give me a minute. I have not cast magic that strong in quite some time.
Lapses on the floor.
Kono falls to the ground. More drained than he normally is.
I go sit on the steps. And I start talking to Mr. Barrington, and I say, I'm really tired, Mr. Barrington.
Those images that you saw are pieces of a gate that was long ago destroyed. Some of you may be familiar with the riptide in the middle of the ocean, the one that is walled off by mountains and no one can reach. And there's a swirling whirlpool that would churn any ship into dust. Long ago, there was a portal there. And that portal was opened directly into the abyss. And it was destroyed to keep them, the demons, from invading this realm. You will have to reassemble that portal to get to where you need to be. And as y'all are like laying on the ground, sitting on the ground, each one of you has a coinciding mark on your hand to one of the images of the symbols that you saw of different colors. One is purple, one is pink, one is green, and it like faintly glows, but it is on the back of each one of your hands.
Pretty cool. Kono inspects his.
So as you're looking at it, Zobus is like, those will act as a wayfinder. And as you get closer to the coinciding symbol or piece of the gate, it will pulse and it will glow.
Gimli takes note of the rune that's on his hand. He just kind of like lifts his hand up, looks at it, and then collapses back down.
So as you're sitting there and everybody's kind of like laying on the floor, sitting on the floor, thoroughly exhausted by the amount of magic that poured through your bodies, you're noticing, or most of you are noticing, that there is only 6 symbols, and Irulan does not have one. Everybody else has one on their hand.
Go on. Good. No, I'm kidding. For the blood gods.
Everybody now is tied to this quest, and you must see it through at this point. Otherwise, calamity may surface on this realm again.
Ooh, sounds like fun. So I do get to burn the world. Good, good, good.
See, Kono nods in solemn agreement that he understands he is attached to this quest.
Does anybody have any questions?
Do you have any shiny things that can help us on this quest?
No.
Do you have any non-shiny things that can help us on this quest?
No.
No. Well, do you have any shiny things that we can have that won't help us on this quest?
Do you have a book about Jinsies?
I do not have a book about Gensies. I do not have anything that can help you with this quest. And if you take anything else out of my tower, I will punish you.
Give him back the books.
We
Oh,
already
already
gave them
put the
back
books,
the
but
books.
yeah, we already put the books back on the shelf.
Can you tell me about the mushrooms outside? Can I take those?
No! They're dangerous! I already told you that!
We've already told you that
Oh.
too. Don't eat or touch random mushrooms. That's not.
Zobus looks at everybody else and he kind of points at Hiren and he's like, "This one's a quick one, isn't he?"
Not very.
No, I don't run that fast. I'd say about average.
Gimli stands up and asks, "Does anybody have a clue of where their symbols might be? Because I'm pretty sure I have a clue of where mine is."
Go check the desert, and then also visit the floating city. Let's check the desert.
I'm not looking forward to going back to the place where mine is.
Oof. Well, I guess we could possibly check my hometown. Maybe. There's a lot of artifacts there that might help us. Who knows?
Mr. Wizard, is it okay if we take a night here to rest up from this?
I mean, if you don't mind sleeping with the cats.
I prefer it.
He looks at you very worriedly that you said it that way.
Everybody likes to pet cats.
Forgive Huron. He is not a very bright one.
I said, but I can be, and I cast a light cantrip on my shirt.
That is great.
So, what we've learned from this is not to touch books, to pet cats, and don't touch mushrooms.
And that this
That's a
demon
fact.
prince has just decided to take what was not rightfully his.
That's pretty much the long and the short of it. Y'all are quick ones.
Mr. Wizard, if you would please excuse me, I'm going to retreat outside and get me some fresh air.
Is there a safer way outside besides going through the books of Wasp and the Lights of Doom?
Well, yeah, destroyed everything, so it's pretty safe now. And stop calling me Mr. Wizard. I don't have an entertainment segment.
I know we're supposed to call you Mr. Wizard. If I don't, it's a
Or
form
an
of
ice cream
disrespect.
establishment. There's an
I'm
ice
only
cream shop.
asking that because I can't remember the damn name.
There's an ice cream shop near me that it's called Mr. Wizards.
That's funny.
Is it any good?
Oh yeah, there's long lines outside every time it's hot.
Oh, yay.
Well, where do we sleep? Or should we go outside?
Let's go back to the boat and go to that cabin and sleep.
I mean, you can sleep outside if you want to. Just make sure, before you leave, that you take a treat for Dulcimer.
From who?
Dulcimer.
The cat.
I'll take
The
them.
ferryman.
Ferryman? There was people on that boat?
Not a people.
We see
Are
a
you
frog.
blind?
Apparently, because there was nobody there.
Well, I set a thing of treats by the door. It's there. Just leave one for him.
Aye, aye, sir.
Is he a frog?
I'm a pirate?
He's a pirate frog?
Pirate frog.
So everybody beds down. Are you sleeping in the tower? Or are you sleeping outside the tower? He goes upstairs, to the next level, which I would.
Roll will sleep outside the tower.
I'll sleep in the tower and I'll fall asleep petting the kitty.
Okay. Everybody take a long rest. And level up.
That leveling up to 4.
2-4. Yes.
Awesome. Amazing.
Hey guys,
I didn't hear you, Wolf. You were breaking up. And when you level up your characters, I am doing ability score improvement, and you can choose one feat specific to your character.
Pretty cool.
I'm also, as a cleric, I can swap one of my cantrips, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
you can swap your cantrips out, throughout the
Oh,
everyday.
okay.
Because
Okay,
you have
cool.
you have a pool of spells that you know, and then like you can cast freely of those once you set them for the day.
My hit points didn't go up correctly. There we go. You said 1 feet and what else?
You can take the ability modifier improvement for 4th level, but then you can pick 1 feet as well.
Oh, so we can do
What
both.
you want to do is
Awesome.
go into your character and pick the ability score improvement, and then you can add the feat on your character sheet. That's how it happens.
How do you change the ability improvement? I see it up here, but it won't let me add to it.
So you're gonna go into manage, and go back
Oh,
to your character editor. Go back to your class, and then you'll see a little pull-down menu to level up your character.
gotcha.
And then you'll scroll down the list of your feat, like the list of your class features,
Oh, I
and
see.
it'll show up. Yeah, it'll show up as the ability score improvement to choose one.
Yeah, I'll have to go through the feats and figure out which one I'm gonna add.
Are a lot.
Yeah, I know. I figure it's something I can do this week.
Yeah, that's fine. You can take your time to like figure out what feat you want to add.
So it might be Warcaster, but I'll see what else there is.
Forecaster is nice. It gives you that advantage on concentration spells.
Yeah. Which will definitely come in handy later.
All right, what is everybody doing right now?
Well, it depends on if the long rest is going through or not. If it's over.
Can I wake up? Like, can I, well, given the long rest, can I like wake up and try and like sneak out and pick some more mushrooms before everyone else gets up?
Owner will probably see you, but he won't tell anyone.
I mean, you can try. You need to roll like
Stealth check.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
I saw you.
Yeah, Kona definitely saw you.
But he
But
won't
Kono
tell
just
him
sees you and kind of just, shakes his head and goes back to his meditation.
I just want to pick 3 more of the ones from the left and 3 more of the ones from the right. And then I come back inside and act very nonchalant.
Very nonchalant. Yeah. Depending upon what time I mean, it doesn't really matter what time it is, but Kono is outside after the long rest meditating.
Oh, and I guess technically, because I'm Outlander or whatever, I can gather like food. So I'll like gather just like a little bit of food too, like just to bring it in and be like, oh, I have some food for y'all. So I can like cover up the fact that I went out to get more mushrooms. Just some berries. Found like some wild blackberries or something. And then other than that, I'm not doing anything else. I'll make sure to take the treats for the guy though, and I'm looking around for the kitty. I pet the kitty and say goodbye. I think Dondle was his name. Dondle.
All right, everybody ready? Had your long rest?
Yep.
All right, so as you are sitting outside, gathering to Zobus comes out to see everybody off.
Ono looks at him expectantly with another respectful bow.
Well, at least we did find out what those hands do. That's a good thing, right?
The hands? You want to see what the hands do?
No, we don't. I'm good. Yeah. Keep the hands in the ground. It was a joke.
They don't really do anything. They just sit there.
Thank goodness.
Are you doing feats at level 3 or level 4? Or yeah, I guess it is level 4. Never mind.
Level 4, yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
In multi-class, you won't. It'll be up to the DM because you won't have your ability score available yet.
Yeah, once you get the
I
ability
do have
score,
my ability score because I'm a level 3 in Bard.
An ability score at level 3.
It's level
Yep.
4. Oh, that's just for a bard or something.
Yeah, Bards have really weird stuff because that's when I'm able to do my colleges and I get ability scores in. And bonus proficiencies.
Weird. Anyway,
Very strange.
That's what it says. Hang on, let me double check.
Oh, I believe you.
I'll double check. I'll double check and I'll make sure. Manage character and level.
so you got bonus proficiencies for being level 3 Bard.
Yeah.
And then you got cutting words, but you didn't get an actual ability score modifier because you don't hit. You only get that at 4.
Okay, so it's at class level 4, not
not
okay.
total level. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I don't have.
You're trading. You're basically trading that ability score and feat for the ability to multi-class.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I had the same problem with Zenreal when I was playing Zenreal because he was multi-classed.
Well, I mean, I've only got one more level on the Bard, and then I'm going to work on the Rogue, and then that'll be level 8. By that time frame, I'll be level 8 by the time that gets up there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. I mean, I got an expertise, a Bard college, and bonus proficiencies.
Yeah, it just means
So, I
next
mean,
level up, you could either do
I could class up the Rogue, I could level up the Rogue, or I could go for my ASL and feat. But if I want to kind of go with the ASL, or not the ASL, but the ability, yeah, I want to go for that because then I can get the feat that I'm looking for. That would actually go with the character that I'm trying to build. So, oh no, I don't want to add another class. What the fuck? I'm looking at just doing like dual wielder or some shit like that with with the type of character that he is. Nothing too insane, I promise.
I mean,
At least
that's
I
all
don't think
good.
it's too
Whatever your character, you want your character to be is what you should play. So.
Well, I don't want it to be so damn broken, though. That's the only thing. I don't want it to be so broken that it's just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, damn, I shouldn't have done that for that guy. It's all good, though.
All right, so everybody's outside. Zorbus is outside as well, standing on the steps up to his tower, and he's seeing everybody off. And he's like, thanks for coming and visiting me. Next time, knock.
Okay, say goodbye to Dondo for me.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. So you're just gonna stand there? The boat's waiting.
Donald leaves for the boat.
Yeah,
I make
sorry.
sure I have the treats.
Sometimes it's nice to have visitors, but you always never know when they're overstayed their welcome.
And I look for whoever Dulcimer is.
You don't see anybody at the boat at all.
Well, I just take the treat and I put it like at the little, somewhere that's not going to fall off, but like near the bow area.
Okay.
And I sit there and watch it.
What? Okay. So, which treat did you grab? Because there was a bucket of fish sitting at the front of the door, and then there was a bucket of fruit sitting by the door.
Well, he had said they were treats for Dulcimer, so whichever ones he was talking about for that, or do I just have to pick one?
Yeah, pick one.
I figure it'd be the fruit, because the fish is for Dondel.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This shall become. Goddamn. I have a lot of shit that I need to look over.
Yeah, did you pick Lore Bard?
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of stuff that gets changed.
Well, I had to also pay attention to what wasn't going against like the mercenary veteran and shit. Like most of my stuff is like I'm pretty. What is it? What is it? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full proficiencies, and then 4 expertises, and then the rest are, the rest of them are halved. Which I don't understand what like what does it mean when you're an expertise in something? Like, does that
Double your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, double proficiency bonus in that skill.
Oh, okay. God damn, I only had a 4? Shit. Well, that'll probably change as I level up, huh? Once I do ASI leveling.
Yep.
So I think Hank has like a 10 in like 3 of them.
You're also level 10, so.
Yeah. I know that, but I was also Hank got some like crazy insane rules though.
So everybody's on the boat. You are taking a long trip back to the shore.
Are you sing a Wellerman song?
Huh?
Should we sing a sea shanty?
Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way fucking Gimbli's over here half baked and slightly drunk on the mead and smoke that he was chiefing on. Way hey and up she rises, way hey
I start
and
playing my flute.
up she rises.
Also pulls out his
way,
bird pipes.
and up she rises early in the morning.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do? I had a song stuck in my head all day.
So as y'all are sailing away from the tower, you see a large shadow leaving the tower.
Damn it, it was for fish.
Large shadow leaving the tower.
I throw the fruit into the water.
Yeah. Anybody
And
like
say,
care to
"Here,
look at it more
Dulcimer."
deeply?
Yeah, I'll roll a perception check.
I'll look
What do you
at
want,
it.
perception or insight? Or perception or...
Roll investigation because you're now looking at it actively.
I will do the same.
I will definitely add that +0 to the
I
roll.
got a 13.
Just a 10.
Oh, wrong character.
So Kono, Hyren, Gimli, you all see the form of a rather large dragon flying away from the tower.
Nope, we're dead.
Please tell me
I
that's a
hold
big
up the
bird.
fruit and say, "Here, Dulcimer."
Dulcimer. I was supposed to throw it into the ocean?
You mean the lake?
Yeah, the lake.
The dragon is flying
Dulce?
away from the direction that you are headed.
Oh,
It's a little
Here.
unnerving, even though I'm like its long lost descendant.
They don't see it that way.
You are definitely not the long lost descendant of this dragon.
Well, no, I'm saying dragonborn. Are you my dad?
You're not my dad.
Well, of course he's not your father. It has scales.
It's from a vine.
So as y'all are all watching this form of this dragon disappearing into the horizon, the boat kind of jerks and stops.
Are there any paddles?
Is there a song for saying that we're doomed?
I'm still holding up the fruit saying, "Here, Dulcimer."
Down we go to Davy Jones'
Not again,
locker.
please. Not again with the tentacles. I don't want to be thrown and get crushed again.
What life have you been in? Ah!
I'm assuming
I'm right now thinking about Tilly.
I'm assuming that
and
the
I'm
map just
when I
loaded
got
for you.
yeeted.
No, you just kind of panic. You go from a conversation like, "What are you talking? Oh my god!"
I say,
Give
"Here,
him the treat.
Dulcimer."
Throw him the food. Put it in the water. Do it. That might leave him alone. I don't feel like dying today.
So the tentacles are grasping the boat and like kind of like whipping up on top of it and like meandering around the deck of the boat, like looking for, like searching, like touching different things, looking for something.
I go up to one of its tentacles and like stick the fruit on its sucker.
Okay. God, I hope this works.
I should have gotten the food.
All right, so the tentacle like latches on to the fruit, the piece of fruit that you gave it, and it like pulls it down into the water.
Okay, and then I go back to like the middle of the boat.
Is that it? Are we saved?
I don't think we are. Did you just give a octopus squid thing fruit?
Yes. He said
That's
give
a
him a
first.
treat.
Did you grab it from the plate that was left out?
Yeah. There was 2
Okay.
bowls and I didn't know which one to take.
I
The
think
You
fish
didn't
are
think
the fish are obviously for Dondel.
I think the fish is for the octopus thingy kraken, whatever they went to call this
That's
giant tentacle.
silly. Cats don't eat fruit.
And you thought an octopus eats fruit, or that a fish eats fruit?
I didn't know what Dulcimer was.
I didn't know either, and that's
I
okay.
thought he was the captain of the boat.
I would have thought that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, same.
How dead are we?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how dead?
I feel pretty alive.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you're fucked, or
You see Kono at the bottom of the boat, like just sitting down, meditating, not even paying attention to the kraken.
oh no, can you bite a tentacle?
You see
Kono,
Kono
don't you
opens
eat
one eye.
squid?
Kono
Hey,
does not eat meat.
Farash,
I
how
forget
bad are
this.
you feeling right now? You want to go?
Yeah, I actually probably should go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop the session here, like, and you'll find out what
Okay.
happens in the next session.
Next time on the Iron Maiden.
Alright, you have a good plan.
Our heroes make it back out of this watery death alive.
So out of game, the fruit was not the right answer, and he was. Nobody said anything about it. Yeah. Hmm? Huh? I even did 3 checks to see if he would accept the fruit, and the dice said, "Fuck that shit." I don't know. We'll have to see. See what happens next turn. You want to feed Kono to him?
Two.
you just see one angry turtle getting fucking manhandled by like 5 fucking people to get the leg.
Then we can find you another show.